Hey guys, happy Wednesday. If everything goes right, you are seeing this on Wednesday. I have progressed on my shop sign and I'm excited to show you what I've got done so far, but I'm super excited about the next steps. So I'm going to jump around behind the camera because Vicky's got business she's taking care of. So I'm going to jump behind the camera and close up in on this thing and let you take a look and see where I'm at. So here's what we got. I went ahead and did the rest of the gaps, filled the rest of the gaps that I think I needed for to kind of solidify and stabilize the places that needed the star bond. So I kind of filled those in. Then if you'll notice, I have flattened out pretty much everything, although I do have some mismatches that I'll have to deal with, but I'll deal with them a little bit later. What I do want to do right now on camera that I'm thinking about it, hang on, I need to see if I can find my little tool. Yep, there it is. So what I do want to do, this is totally ad lib, I do want to take out these little spots here. So I'm just going to chip those out for now. I'll probably do a little bit more on those later on, and I've already done some of them, but I just don't like the way those look. Wow, I really don't need this thing falling off the bench. I've got it leaned up against something in the back. I really do not want this thing falling off the bench and splitting in half. That would be bad. Yes, very bad. All right, so hopefully you guys saw that. Anyway, so I need to do that some more. I do have some mismatches. Let me see if I can find them. Yeah, like right alongside of the S. Yeah, right there, right in this area right here. You can see I have some little mismatches because I did all of this. I took all of this out with the spiral upcut. But what I really wanted to do is give myself a kind of a buffer zone all the way around all of the carving. So in essence, I could leave it like that, but I got a lot more planned. Anyway, so I think that is it. I had a list of stuff. Yeah, I think that's it. So what we are going to do is we are going to move on to the next step, and we will come right back and we will get into it. All right, you guys, here we go. This is the part that I have been waiting for and kind of preparing for, and this is the part that makes me a little bit nervous because this is not my forte. A while back when we went to Workbench Con, Vicky talked to the guys over at Cutsall, and she got like a sponsorship deal with them, and they supplied, you guys have seen the videos of her doing her bowls and different things, power carving. That's what I've been wanting to do for several years, is actually get into the power carving. That's what I'm gonna do next. That's why the big preparation with having a flat all the way around. So let me first talk about Cutsall a little bit. These are the things that Cutsall actually provided us.
Some of the things they sent much more.
Yeah, well, I've got the box of stuff here. So they sent us some discs and some stuff for this is a die grinder, stuff for the die grinder. They sent us a rasp and several different discs to use, and Vicky's used, I think, pretty much all of this stuff from time to time. I have been kind of playing with it a little bit, but it's something that I've had a vision for actually a couple years to mix my routering along with three-dimensional power carving, because I just don't think there's a lot of that out there. I've done routing all my life, pretty much, but I haven't got into the three-dimensional look of power carving. That's really what I want to do here. So what my plan is for right now is, so anyway, thank you again, Cutsall, for everything that you sent us. I've got some more stuff coming, but I just love these products. I know, well, I know Vicky actually absolutely loves. And the Cuts All guys over at Workbench Con, we met the two brothers, and they were just amazing and tremendous. So I will be using more of this stuff, however, not on this particular thing. What I'm going to do here actually is I'm going to start using, this is the Extreme. I'm not sure if this is the Shaping or which one this is, but this is the Extreme disc. I'm going to get into this in a bit. So what we're going to do is I'm going to get all this stuff out of the way, get my safety stuff ready, and then we're going to come back and we're going to start working on this slab. So hang on, we'll be right back. All right, folks, so here we go. So I have got the disc in for, it's the very coarse. It looks really aggressive.
It's very gnarly when you run it across your knuckle.
Yes, and that's why, so from a safety standpoint, Vicky was wearing firm grip gloves, but she was wearing stuff, ones that were kind of cloth. That's why I'm sticking with the leather. Magnum decided to lay right in beside me, or behind me there. So that's why I'm going with the leather. I don't have the guard on there. I could put it on, but I'm going to leave it off for now. Yeah, it makes it kind of tough to see what you're doing. So this is the very coarse, and this is the flat and convex shaping, which there's another one that looks like this, but it's much more, it's much deeper for like digging in. I think Vicky used that a lot for making her bowls and stuff. So this one is more level because I want to take all of this down, graduate it down a little bit at a time. So that is that. I wanted to get that out of the way. Let's so safety factor, definitely wear your shield, your face shield, and good gloves, and take your time. I love this DeWalt because it has the paddle switch, and if something happens, it'll and I let go of it, it'll automatically go off. All right, guys, here we go. So guys, I'm kind of just working my way through this. This is brand new to me. I'm just not, what my vision was to bring my power carving at least up to the level of where my flat was, and then I'm going to bring it down further. But I want to go all the way around and at least get as deep on my power carving as my flat there. And again, I'm going to go in here and fix all those uneven spots as well. But man alive, that is fun. I can see where that is definitely addicting. Now there's some pieces over here that are loose. I don't know how much of that is going to stay, how much of it's going to go. Whatever it is, that's what it is. You can definitely see how gnarly this stuff is down underneath where that resin is. Again, I'm still not exactly sure what I'm going to do with the letters yet. Whether I'm going to sand them off, paint them, I don't know. I've got lots more to do here. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and do the top of this all the way around off camera, and then I'm going to come back and I'm going to do some more of this back on camera. That's what I figured I would do this section here, and I'll go down the rest of the way. Then I'm going to flip this thing around and then work on this bottom section. I'm not sure what's going to happen with this live edge bark there, but man, guys, this is fun. This is addicting. It is fun. It is kind of scary at the same time. But one thing that you definitely want to do is, this is not anything you want to rush into. Definitely use all this safety equipment. This thing will eat a lot of flesh, probably faster than a router will. So I know there's a lot of people out there that are scared of routers. I'm a little nervous about this. Vicky's the pro at this compared to me. But anyway, I'm having fun with this thing. So stick with us. When we come back, we'll be doing that bottom section. Hang on, guys. We'll be back in a minute. All right, folks, I got a couple things. I went ahead and finished up what I talked about, but I've got some things I want to talk about a little bit more that I learned in that process. First of all, I went back and looked at the last scene, and based on the depth of perception, it looked like my shirt tails were getting really close to the disc, and that kind of concerned me. That it looked that way, but honestly, because of the length of this, there is quite a bit of distance there, but it was kind of an optical illusion. Although I think it's a good idea, if that's an issue at all, it's a good idea to tuck your shirt in, or if you've got a leather apron, obviously that would be the way to go. But anyway, so I wanted to make that point first. Second, I realized, I am grinding all this stuff that is oak, and it's got resin and maybe some Star Bond in there. Respirator. I wasn't wearing a respirator, and that's my mistake. I put one on about, probably a couple minutes after I started grinding. I thought about it, and definitely respirator. You definitely want to use that. You guys know I'm not big into wearing masks and respirators and stuff, but in this particular instance, I'm definitely wearing a respirator. Third, because of the way this works, go back and watch video number 239, and I talked about the static, and out here in the desert, I don't know if it's everywhere, but out here we have a big problem with static clinging. So use a dryer sheet. I was like being able to go only like 15 or 20 seconds, and my glasses and the shield, the plastic shield, was just getting completely coated. But I used a dryer sheet and just wiped it off inside, outside, in my glasses, and I could go for 5 minutes or more. So do that. Now, getting into what the heck is that? Oh yeah, Vicky's bowl. I mentioned Vicky's bowl earlier. That's video number 473, and she does a lot of power carving on there. She's much better at it than I am, but I'm learning. Okay, so what I did was so I've only got a couple more things. So you guys know, let me set this aside. This is where I started over here on this end. And if you look at this, at about this point, just a few minutes after we turned the camera off, I decided to change the disc. This is the disc that I used, and I'm hoping that I can kind of get a profile of it depth-wise. This is the disc that I used in this area here. Then I wanted to see what this would do. I switched over to this profile disc and look at...
Profile disc?
Huh?
It's a profile disc?
Well, this disc's... Yeah. So look at the difference between, I would have thought that there really wouldn't have been much difference, but it definitely was. This took out more wood, but also it cut it much deeper here, which is cool because I'm going to go back and I'm going to blend that in. I want a blended there rather than that ridge, and I'll go back in. But there's definitely a difference between these two, a huge difference. Vicki tried to tell me that, but I didn't believe her, so I had to learn on my own. But it's definitely a huge difference. I'm going to keep using this because it takes out more wood, and I really want these things to stand out. I want a really, really strong depth. So, and then last but not least is, like I said before, take your time on this. I don't know exactly, after I got done clear down to this point, I don't know, I felt kind of shaky, and I don't know whether it was a fatigue thing or it was just adrenaline because I was having so much stinking fun. But I was just kind of like wired. And it was kind of a different feeling for me. I don't normally get that. And I've routed signs for hours in a row and not really felt that. So again, I don't know if it was a fatigue thing or it was just I was having so much fun and it was an adrenaline rush. But definitely take your time. If you feel that coming on, I literally shut it down, cleaned everything up, went in and had some lunch, and now I'm going to go back at it again, and I'm feeling less shaky now. Anyway, so those are some points I just wanted to cover. That is that. Let me put this stuff away, and let's get back into this. All right. Put the respirator on. This respirator, by the way, I really like it. We've had 2 or 3 different kinds, but this one I really like. I don't think it's in our Amazon store yet, but by the time you see this, it will be. I'm hoping. This is definitely the most comfortable respirator that I've ever worn. And it works really good. Replaceable little filters. All right. Shut up and make sawdust.
It's like Darth Vader in space gear.
I kind of feel that way. I wish I had my flashlight. You kind of like a lightsaber.
Instead of your lightsaber.
All right, here we go. So we're going to go here and work that away. Oop, I unplugged it for safety. guys, I think you can pretty much see what I'm doing and see how much deeper that cuts than it did over at the other end. But I really like it. I want that depth, and I'm gonna go deeper yet. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish the rest of this all the way down till I meet at the other end, and then we'll come back and go to the next step. All right, folks, that's where we're at. So I went all the way around with that deep cutting disc again, and it's still not deep enough. I'm going to go around it more, but we are done on this video. But you can see where I went around again and made it deeper. I've got a little bit of a loose spot over here on the end, but I'll take care of that. I'm sorry, I was kind of, see, that's loose. And if I lose that, I lose it. I really would rather not. I think I'm going to put some Star Bond under there and see if I can tack that down. Oh, excuse me. Anyway, I am loving it so far. Everything so far, I am absolutely loving it. And man, if you guys haven't tried this power carving stuff, it is cool. One thing that I want to go deeper all the way around. What I'm finding is that looking at it from the end, I still see a more dip. So on the live edges, they're still high. I want to take those down to where they're all even, and I want to go deeper yet. So we'll get into that on the next video. But anyway, guys, I hope you guys like this. I sure have. I don't know if you had fun, but I had a blast, and I want to do this some more. So I've still got a long ways to go on this. I think at least one more, if not two more videos. So hoping you're learning along with me, and thanks again for watching. And if you have any questions, email me, eric@makeawoodsign.com. If you have questions for Vicky with davesigns@gmail.com. Almost forgot. If you guys need supplies, there's the website. And I'm on Instagram almost every day, Make a Wood Sign. And again, you guys know we're doing lives on Facebook 5 or 6 days a week. I don't know. I can't keep track. Anyway, thanks, guys. We love you. We'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.